Hey, Good Fox here. Today we got the 500,000 coin team builder. Now, I'm not going to have the 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, or 5 million until next week because I am unexpectedly gone this week. Well, not unexpectedly. I know where I'm going, and I'm not going to tell you. But so I won't have those out, the 1 million, 2 million, 3, and 5 until next week, unfortunately. So hang with me there. But let's go through this one. Let's get through it quick, so that way I don't have to keep you too long and you get back to your regularly scheduled program of SpongeBob and Chill. So offensive line, I'm going to go probably in this mid-80s region. I don't want to spend too much on it because while it is important, it isn't the greatest need on a budget team because you're basically going to get collapsed by higher end guys and blitzes anyways. Even if you spend twice this amount, 3 times the amount that these cards are going, you're only getting +1s or 2s. So I think this 15K range is a great range to go for a lot of these more budget cards. All right. So these Mud Heroes have great run block but bad pass block. 79 pass block isn't actually that much worse than the other guys that got on your line here. And he's going for 14K also, 94 run block. So run the ball up the middle and the center and right guard area. Zach Martin here, 94, 80. Oh, that's the high one. Whoops. 12K, 94.77. So he'll get torn up, but run the ball. And then here at right tackle, let's go with Ramczyk, 88 pass block. So I've noticed when I've been in like salary cap or worse modes where I've had to tank my O-line, the one that gets exposed the most on the pass is the right tackle. So that's why I feel like Ramczyk here is a great card for you. The awareness is a little bit lower, but that's going to be replaced by your center, which I think he's got decent awareness. Actually, just 80. All right, whatever. 80's fine. Awareness is tricky this year. Now, they say it helps pick up blitzes, but if you can ID the mic correctly, you should be able to pick up your own blitzes. All right, Dwight Clark, tight end. Also, awareness helps, they say, on picking up blocks for run game. That's untested. Tight end, Dwight Clark. Great budget card. Can basically do it all for you. Run block 79 is solid. Good speed, 6'4". Great catching traffic, spec catch. Probably the best tight end for like a receiving all-around tight end for that kind of budget. Love this card. Heard great things from other people about it too. All right, moving on to the skill positions. Although we kind of got tight ends. Is that considered a skill position? I think the most skilled quarterback of all time, Jay Cutler. Now, this is 33K. Just like a week ago, it was like 20K, I think, when I did his review on my channel. But he played very well for me, surprisingly. 91 throw power. He's not going to be able to scramble for you, but he'll be able to make some passes for you. I think you're going to like this Cutler card because I did enjoy him for some weird reason. Halfback. Now, we're going to go a little bit more expensive than I'd like to go at halfback for this kind of level, but this Dion Lewis hits every single threshold for juke and spin and got good speed too. So like this spin threshold is 88. That's the one threshold that's like not 90, according to the CFM. Juke 93, that juke threshold is 91. Looseness 91, also the threshold. Carrying 89 is very solid, so don't try and chuck and stiff arm people. Basically, you're going to get to the edge, try spin move them with 90 speed. Then you'll have a backup. This is your goal line back. LeGarrette Blount, of course. You're just going to use this Mud Hero with his, wrong Mud Hero. 95 trucking, basically run straight forward on a dive. So here's your lightning, here's your thunder, and then if you get lightning tired, we're gonna go with McKinnon. I think I'm gonna go with this one, 5K. Is it worth spending 5K on basically a number 2 third down for I don't know. That's up in the air. This might be one I might just get rid of. Whatever, we'll just have a third back just in case, because Dion's you're gonna be running the ball a bit, stretches and stuff, and toss a little overpowered. And with that toss, you're gonna need a guy out there to block for you. Atwater, not terrible blocking, decent height. I like this Atwater card on both sides of the ball. You're gonna see 87 speed, not the fastest guy, but he's got some height and he's got this and this, and you're gonna want to run behind him. But in addition to running behind Atwater, you're going to want speed on your team too. So let's go with, Robbie Anderson, team of the week. 92 speed. This guy's going to be basically a pass down only kind of guy. Him and Mr. Grant here. Now, Grant is even faster, but he's 5'6", so put him in the slot for like drags and that kind of stuff. You're not going to be throwing deep. You're not going to be throwing tall, high point passes to these guys. But when you're going to run the ball, wait, I didn't put my backup tight end, did I? Your backup tight end? It's Mr. Ooh, there it is. Mr. Graham, 30K for a backup tight end. I expect if you're going to run my New England scheme, you're going to run a lot of 2 tight end sets. So you're going to need 2 great tight ends, both tall. Jimmy Graham's even taller. Run block at 81, so similar run block, 79, 81 on them. So if you're going to run the ball, you're going to sub out Grant and Anderson. If you're like in a trips formation, sub them out for Graham, and then who I have right here, Mr. Marshall. Ooh, his price is double from what I put it into the builder yesterday at. But we'll just go with him anyways. We could maybe find somebody else at that price because it was 5K yesterday. I thought maybe like 5 or 6. But regardless, you're gonna sub in Marshall and Graham if you're gonna run the ball behind them and all in a trip set. Or if you go 2 tight end set, then you only need to sub in Marshall for your other wide receiver you're running. And then sometimes we'll be able to pick up on that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's so subtle they won't. All right, at fullback is the same guy I made the mistake on last time. Line. I'm just gonna keep him here because I don't run a lot of fullback sets. I imagine you're not going to either. I like the New England playbook. Geez, my desktop wallpaper just crashed. It freaked me out for a second. All right, so there is the offense and solid. You're gonna play this game very balanced, running, passing. I think you'll be fine because this is a decently competitive team. I don't know. It's not gonna be like. You're not going to overwhelm opponents with them, but you'll be able to hang with a lot of guys with this kind of skill on offense. On defense, I made it pretty glitchy for you here. I put this Julio. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Julio Jones has 91 zone coverage for 20K. Gorgeous. 6'3" with 91 speed. User, left alone, everything. He's weak against the run, but he is very strong, along with Mr. Keenan Allen. Both very good against the pass because of the 91 zone coverage on both these cards. So that's why I put them in your lineup. We wanted to stick them there. We wanted to afford them. And as much as we love 91 zone, we're also going to get Newman. The Mutt Hero version for his zone coverage. Now he's only got 80 speed, so you won't be able to play much out of like a cover 2. Like a cover 3, do not have this guy out here in like a cover 3. If you're going to run a cover 3, better put him right here. Better put him on the inside. But on the outside, unfortunately, the 91 zone cover corners are so dang expensive. I wasn't able to afford that Kraus that goes for like 80, 90K. Wait, let me take a look. How much is Kraus going for? Yeah, 80K. I wanted this card so bad, but we couldn't afford 80K, which is what, a sixth of our budget on him. So that was the cheapest other zone corner at 91. So we're going to get guys under 91 zone coverage. So we're just going to get speedy guys. Rod Woodson, I love this card because he's great not only against the pass, but against the run too with his block shed at 71 and 80 hit power. So a very good guy. His zone coverage is the minimum we want it to be, 75. But he hits that threshold. All right, CB over here. We'll put Newman back here. Stick in your cover too. And Jason McCourty here, a fast guy. You're going to blitz off the edge if you ever need him. We're going to go with his 83. We could bump it up for another 14K for +2 speed, which is worth it, but I don't have that kind of coin on hand for this roster. And then if you get into, like, if you prefer a dollar type formation, John Ross off the edge and dollar is just, I feel like the word glitchy is overused, so we won't use it. But it is very nice getting to the quarterback with 2 speedy guys off your nickel and dime spots. All right, your defensive line, I'm creating a 3-4 for you here on this D-line. So your right end is going to be someone with high block shed. Richardson. Oh, we got to go out of position for him. Sheldon Richardson, 90 block shed. Gorgeous. We'll take him. Defensive tackle. Now, we could pay for these Williams, but we're going to play Leonard Williams. Nope, wrong one. We're going to play the Mutt Hero Leonard Williams with 94 block shed at defensive tackle. Big booty there. And we're going to go back for some more block shed here on the other 3-4 end, because that is the most important stat in Mutt for defensive linemen to stop the run. Block shed. Block shed, block shed, block shed. Now you're like, oh, we can't rush the pass with these 3, though. Well, just hold your horses a little second here. Name. Finesse move 95 Bosa. Glitchy. Now you can put either Clowney or Vernon here. These Mutt Heroes with the 95 power move. But sub them in when you need a pass rush. That's how I do it if I'm ever suspecting pass. Put those 2 in. You could also get Clowney and then move one of these guys here. But we'll just leave it as is. So that is the defensive line and secondary. Now your backers. I'm going to go a little bit over here. So try and get some snipes to stay on target. It was a little bit closer yesterday. I was still over a little bit yesterday, so I didn't really perfectly stay in budget because I just wanted this TJ Watt card. The way this card looks as a 3-4 outside backer. Let's take a look at his full stats. Now, you look at his 83 speed, you're like, oh, that's not that good. And you're right. But for this level card at the mid-80s, you have to get over 90 before you get somebody that's like tall and fast, and then it also has decent finesse moves. Now, he doesn't hit the super win threshold, but 89 is still very good. Block shed 84 is solid. Just basically a jack of all trades. Not anything that's going to be able to, like, he doesn't have 91 zone coverage. He doesn't have 94 finesse move. But basically a guy that's going to be able to be like a rock-solid contributor to your defense at 6'5" out there. So I like Watt. Now, hopefully his height plays. You can user him. And I got you basically 3 dudes. This Atwater, I like him on offense. I like him on defense. He's probably the best user here. I was thinking about just keeping him at left outside linebacker. But 87 speed. He's got 85 play rec, 87 zone coverage. So he didn't get to the 91 zone coverage, unfortunately. But he's got 92 hit power, 6'3" at 87 speed. Good. That's very good. And in your 3-4, you can leave him alone and use your Leonard Floyd. Now, if you really want a better user, get that one. Otherwise, this one's fine. 80 speed. You could go for the glitchier user. It's gonna be more expensive. Let's do the cheaper one though. The 80 speed Floyd. This is also a decent lineup for like a 3-3-5. I might go different than TJ Watt in a 3-3-5 though. And then right here, Abraham. I'm not going to use his full version. I'm going to use his left outside linebacker, legend version. 680 speed, but he's good as a 3-4 defensive end because he's got 89 power move. That's one of the highest power moves for around this price that you can get. So while maybe the linebackers leave a little bit to be desired, just because they don't have like glitchy stats, I think they're still going to perform well for you because of their height. They're all able to be usered if you like a flexible defense. And in a 3-4, they can both pass rush and drop into coverage and get some ball knocked down for you, along with your 91 zone corners. I think you'll have a pretty good defense. Let me know what you guys think of this roster. We are 36K over, unfortunately. So maybe try and find a little bit of a snipe. And also, always, you know, none of these are NAT cards. So if you get any NAT cards, you can easily sub them in for these. Like if you max out your LT, then don't get Deion Lewis, that kind of stuff. So adapt to your roster. But these are what I'd do if you have about that budget. Kind of more, just like a few weeks into the game, maybe getting up to this level, maybe a few days to get 500K. Might take a little bit more than a few days. Depends on how hard you grind. But anyways, this is what I suggest for the 500K roster. All right, let me know what you guys think in the comments of it. But thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.